Give me just a second. Good morning. Are you Jacobe Chambers? And
Okay, pause right here. This isn't just another day in court. Judge Raquel West is known for giving people chances, but also for taking them away just as quickly. 5 defendants, 1 morning docket, and the clock is ticking on who walks out and who gets cuffed. Let's see who makes it through.
will your client waive the formal reading of the motion?
He will, Your Honor.
Mr. Chambers, in cause number 21-37015, I have a motion to revoke your unadjudicated probation. Shows that you were placed on probation September 14th of 2022 for the offense of aggravated assault, family violence, second-degree felony, and that was a 10-year deferred probation. Is that correct? This motion alleges that you violated your probation. Count 1 alleges that you failed to report as directed to the probation department February 12th, February 28th, April 8th, and May 8th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge? I mean, is that true or not true? I'm sorry. And then count 2 alleges that you failed to work faithfully at suitable employment and provide verification of that. And is that true or not true? Count 3 alleges that you provided a urine sample January 22nd and April 22nd of 2024 that
Quick legal breakdown. These are what's called probation violations. When you're on deferred probation, the court basically says, we won't convict you if you behave, but if you skip check-ins or test dirty, the deal's off. And that's exactly what's happening to Jacobe here. The safety net is unraveling.
tested positive for tetrahydrocannabinol. And is that true or not true? THC, marijuana. Is that true? Count 4 alleges that you failed to provide verification of performing your community service hours. And is that true or not true? Count 5 alleges that you failed to provide verification of entering and successfully completing the battering intervention and prevention program. Is that true or not true?
I have a certificate that completed the program.
Okay. Count 6 alleges that you failed to submit to alcohol or drug screening March 22nd of 2024. And is that true or not true? So it'd be not true. 2, 6. Count 7 alleges that you failed to provide verification of entering and successfully completing the moral recognition therapy, the MRT program. Is that true or not true?
I don't know, 'cause she told me to complete the bill class first, and I complete the bill class.
Okay, so I'll put not true for 7.
I'm gonna start the other class, because that's the class you do at the program.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I never start one of the classes.
Okay. Count 8 alleges you're behind in your court-assessed fees as of May 21st, 2024 in the amount of $225. And is that true or not true? Did you enter your pleas of true to counts 1, 3, 4, and 8 freely and voluntarily? And did you plead true to those counts because they're actually true? I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Rojas? And do you fully understand them? And you understand if I follow the agreement you made with the district attorney, you'll be waiving or giving up any...
Oh, and there it is, the word true. It might sound simple, but in courtroom language, that's a confession. Each true locks in another nail in the coffin of his deferred status. You can almost feel the tension. It's the sound of someone watching their second chance slip away.
right to appeal. And the agreement that you've reached is for a cap of 5 years. So I can give you 5 years if I revoke your probation. I can give you less. It'll all depend on the information I receive at a sentencing hearing. Do you understand? State tenders number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Chambers is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, sir, I'm going to find that you entered your pleas of true to counts 1, 3, 4, and 8 freely and voluntarily. Find those counts true. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case for sentencing so that the probation department can do an updated report. That'll give me more information about you, your case, and then we'll come back for sentencing. All right, you can go back with the bailiff.
so Jacob's fate is sealed. For now, sentencing comes later, but that look in his eyes, it's the realization that paperwork isn't just paper, it's power. But the docket's just getting started. Next up, Reagan Howard. And trust me, this one's about to take a wild psychological turn.
So, Mr. Kimler, you've got a sentencing on Reagan Howard.
And he showed me where he e-filed those letters of rep on Marvin's people, but I still don't have them yet. But he will.
There's an envelope number. I don't know if it's been accepted.
Okay. All right, are you Reagan Howard? And Ms. Howard, you're in cause number 22-39924 on probation for deadly conduct, discharging a firearm, given a 6-year deferred probation, June 10th of 2024. Motion to revoke was filed. Entered pleas of true to counts. Looks like 1 through 9, and then 11, 12, and 13. I've received an updated pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
Defense has, right?
Any additions or corrections?
I just argued it. Off the state.
Hold on a second. So all of those were, there's no new offenses. What was count 10? Hold on a second.
Failed to provide verification of use and subsequent continuing management.
Okay. So it looks like probation's recommendation,
I don't know if they actually made a recommendation, Your Honor. Just-
yeah, they kind of didn't. Mr. Kimler, go ahead.
Your Honor, Ms. Howard has struggled on probation, and I say that really, it was a kind of a polite way of saying she really hasn't done a whole lot while she's been on probation, except test positive for THC and alcohol. In talking with her and trying to understand why she didn't make more of an effort on probation, I think that she, again, and I'm perhaps sound like a broken record in these cases, but I do think she suffers from some underlying mental health issues that have to do with depression.
Oh, now this is where things get complicated because substance violations in probation. Hearings walk a fine line between choice and condition. Her attorney's hinting at depression and self-medication, a common but risky defense. It's not that the court doesn't sympathize. It's that the law still demands accountability.
Would note in the report that she did have a stillbirth, and I think that that's affected her. Of course, that's not an excuse, but, and then, of course, she refused to help with ISF and substance abuse. And again, I'm not an expert, but I think part of her problems with the THC and alcohol stem from self-medication. And I do think she would benefit from ISF, substance abuse, and she, I believe, wants to do that now. But really, she needs treatment for depression and to get her serotonin levels back. I mean, again, I'm not an expert, but to get her serotonin levels balanced out. And perhaps she would perform better. I think she's had an opportunity since she's been in jail, really about kind of 120 days, to reflect and introspect and gain some insight into her position here. And she's told me during our discussions that she does want to keep a felony off of her record. She does have plans for the future that a felony would compromise. And she really wants to do the probation and is willing to do the ISF. Now I know I've looked at these incident reports from the jail, and it seems that this is kind of a recurrence with people that are detained pending resolutions of these NPRPs for these reports to be generated. And I'm not questioning the veracity of the reports. I would just note that it appears to me from looking at the reports that they all derive from her interactions with one corrections officer.
Not all, but
Well,
most.
the most, but then again, I'll leave it to Ms. Howard to kind of explain that to you, maybe what's going on there at the jail with these reports. She has a support system available. She's women in the back are all here in support of her. So she has that going for her too. I think that she can do the probation, Your Honor. It's a question of whether she's sufficiently motivated. And again,
Well, why
seems
didn't
to
you
me
go to
that she
ISF? Why did you?
I'll let her.
You were given an
obviously let her
opportunity. Yeah, so you were given an opportunity to go to ISF, and you said, "No, I don't want to do that." Right?
I was kind of scared and didn't know like what the courts was gonna tell me, and
Well, I mean, ISF would be better than prison.
yes, ma'am, I know that, but I was just scared to. I wanted to just buy me some time and actually do my probation, because I know I admit to all my wrongdoings. I wasn't ready to go to prison or ISF.
It's right here. This is the heartbreaking human side of the justice system. Fear, confusion, and bad decisions all tangled up in one moment. She's not denying the mistakes. She's admitting she wasn't ready to face them. But as Judge West reminds her, the courtroom doesn't run on emotion, it runs on evidence and consequence.
But you know it's going to be one or the other.
Yes, ma'am.
You're not going to not do all this and me go, okay, well, let's go right back out on probation. You know it doesn't work like that.
Yes, ma'am.
Just tell me what's going on with you and Miss Bobo.
I'm not gonna say she picks, but it's a lot of picking going on with that officer.
Do you think if you, from day one, were just following the rules,
Yes, ma'am.
that you probably wouldn't have that issue?
Yes, ma'am.
You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
So, from what I can tell, from the time you got in there, you didn't follow the rules right.
Yes, ma'am.
She got frustrated, and then it's all right.
Well, I don't want her to interrupt you.
It's okay. She got frustrated probably pretty quick because her job is just to try to make you guys follow the rules. When you're not, then they're gonna pick because you're still not following the rules.
Yes, ma'am.
You know what I mean? So if you did that from the beginning, she wouldn't have been watching you more closely. She wouldn't have been worried maybe so much. But if you continue to break the rules, it's her job to enforce those rules. That's not picking, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's enforcing the rules. Just there to do her job. And I know there's a lot of females in there that don't have a stack of write-ups like this.
Yes, ma'am.
They don't call officers bitches,
Yes, ma'am.
you know?